Evening, Sunshine Coast, and welcome to episode 2 of Local Focus. And I'm Darren from Digital Barista, where I serve up freshly brewed content strategies, tips and tricks to help small business owners and entrepreneurs get started with live streaming. So thanks for tuning in. Now, what's been happening over the last couple of days, I've been reaching out to some businesses and I've been speaking to some businesses, and there seems to be a little bit of confusion about what is live streaming and how does it all work. And it's not uncommon for small business owners to perhaps not understand that. So, and that's the whole purpose of what I'm doing here, is to give people an introduction to live streaming and how they can incorporate it into their social media strategies and how it can actually benefit your business. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm just going to cover off a couple of things, like some of the benefits of live streaming and how it can improve your online audience and growth and your social media strategy for 2021. And also, after we cover all that, I'll just let you know who I've got coming into the studio tomorrow night. And I'm looking forward to having them in the studio. It'll be a great experience. So that's tomorrow night, 7:30. Make sure you tune in to check that one out. So I've put together a little presentation just to perhaps help you understand a little bit more about live streaming, what's involved, and how it can benefit your business. So we'll just jump on to, I've put a little presentation here together. So let's first talk about the benefits of live streaming. Now, I do apologize, that text is probably a little bit small to read, but basically it just says how live streaming can help grow your ideal audience. Now, a big benefit of live streaming is the fact that it can save you time. So if you think about recording video and, planning your video content and all that sort of stuff, yes, you still do have to do some planning for live streaming. But the benefit of live streaming is that when you actually go live, there's no post-production. It's all done live. So, what we're actually seeing now is a live stream. And once it's finished, I don't have to do anything with it. The content is complete unless I want to start repurposing that content. And we will talk about that in a minute. So it can definitely save you some time when it comes to planning your social media content. The next benefit that I see as this is a major plus from where I'm sitting, is that being live, it allows you to create those authentic connections, because you're not trying to be someone that you're not when it comes to live streaming. And that's one benefit I definitely see, is that you really don't have the energy to put on some sort of fake sort of personality or anything like that. So what you're actually seeing is the real person, and your audience will appreciate the fact that they're getting to see the real person with who they are and all the sort of idiosyncrasies about that person. And a lot of times, I mentioned this the other night, is with local businesses around the area that where I live here in Bly, I might know them by face, but I don't really know them as a person. So live streaming gives you the ability for your audience or your potential audience to be able to connect with you and get to know you on a personal level. So that's a major benefit from where I'm sitting. If we have a look at the next one, repurposing content. As a small business, we don't have a lot of time available to us. So being able to repurpose content and use it for different platforms and things like that is a major benefit when it comes to creating content, because you could be creating 2 or 3 different pieces of content per day, or half a dozen pieces per week, and they're all different and they all require different levels of energy and stuff like that. The beauty with live video is that you can have a longer form sort of content like what we're talking about, but then what we might be able to do with that is break that content down into smaller chunks, and we'll talk about that in a second. But there's a number of different ways that you can repurpose video content. So the first one here is short form video. So like I was saying, we can break down a longer form video into smaller chunks. and bite-sized pieces that we might be able to serve up as micro content on other platforms, whether it be Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or any of those sorts of places. If you've got the ability to, you can, once you've recorded the video, once you've done a live video, you can download that from Facebook, and you can, you might be able to engage someone that knows how to do some basic video editing, which is basically just topping and tailing a video, and being able to repurpose that content. So that's a great benefit of how we can repurpose our live streams. Now, the next one, blog post. And you might be thinking, well, okay, it's a video. How do you turn a video into a blog post? There's some amazing services getting around that you can actually transcribe a video for very little money. So it might cost you $1 a minute. So let's say, for example, this video goes for 10 minutes. I could get the whole video transcribed word for word for around about $10. So once you've got that, you can then sort of do some minor editing, and then all of a sudden you've got a long form blog post, which will only help to further engage your audience. And by updating a blog post regularly, then you're also improving your chances of the bots and things like that, or improving your Google ranking. So that's another benefit that a lot of people don't think about, is being able to repurpose a video as written content. And a major advantage that I see with that is that I'm speaking naturally as I would speak in a conversation to someone. If I try and write a blog post, it becomes rather cumbersome. I'm not really a writer, so to be able to just speak freely and my words sort of come out as they come out, none of this is scripted, it's in a language that people will read it like they're having a conversation with someone. So in a lot of ways, if you're not a writer, this can save you a ton of time, okay? And an extension to that one, we can use the same written content as our email content. So if you're doing a live stream every week, let's say it's just one a week, or maybe even once a fortnight, then that's, regular email content that you can be sending out to people. Now, people might stop you there and say, "Okay, what about the fact that it's the same content?" Well, the chances of someone reading the same content as watching the live stream as reading the blog post is fairly low. So it just gives people different mediums to consume the same sort of message. And you want to be on point with your messaging, and this is a great way of doing it. So definitely repurposing your content is a great way to save some time as well, like we talked about earlier. Okay, and the last benefit there that I've listed is the audience engagement. Now, the stats indicate that a live video has 4 times more chance of being watched than a pre-recorded video. And I get this question often. Yeah, but that's just a video. It's the same thing, isn't it? But no, the algorithm for the social media platforms view it differently. So having a live video on your blog, like on your news feed or something like that, has 4 times more likely to be viewed than a pre-recorded video. So it saves time. It gives you the ability to repurpose content. You're creating real connections with people, and you've got a much higher chance of people watching it. So it just makes sense to start doing some live streaming. So that's what we're sort of talking about, is giving you the opportunity to pop into the studio, experience live streaming for real in a professional environment, and see the sorts of impact that it can have on your business. So I'm excited to be launching this program. I probably should have launched this last year, but one thing or another, we all get very busy doing one thing or another. So, but I have launched it now. So I will pop the link in the comments where you can actually jump online and register your interest to get a spot in the studio. Like I mentioned, they are I'm offering that service for free at the moment, so you can get into the studio and have a real experience for free and see if it's a good fit for you. So tomorrow night, 7:30, and I'm bringing in a local guy from Bly, and I'll pop his details in the comments as well. And it's young Jimmy from Fine Line Men's Grooming in Bly. Now, a top guy. He really is a top guy. This is him here. Let's pull up a photo. There he is. Now, Jimmy's one of the nicest guys you'll meet. And he runs a grooming business for men. And you can see that I'm rather follically challenged on the top of my head. And I haven't been to a barber for 25 years, I guess. But I decided to grow a beard, and I thought, well, it gives me an opportunity to get back into the barber and be pampered and treated a little bit differently for a change. And I just happened to come across Jimmy on Facebook. He actually did a video. I don't know if it was, I think it might have been a live video actually, from his little barbershop. And I thought, well, I'll give this guy a go. And he's an absolute top bloke. So I'm really looking forward to having Jimmy in the studio tomorrow night, where you can all meet him as well. And we'll have a bit of a chat and find out a bit about where he's come from and what his philosophy is around barbering and all that sort of thing. So I'm really excited for that. I hope you tune in, and I look forward to catching you tomorrow night. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments. Happy to help out wherever I can. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of the evening, and we'll catch you tomorrow.